And you, prior to that happening, had no idea that those two officers were back there, right?
Correct.
So it's fair to assume that you did not hear any of the conversations between the officers, correct?
Tower didn't let me get close enough. Correct.
Right. The question is, did you hear any of the conversations between the officers? Yes or no?
Please repeat that because you said it different the first time.
Sure. Did you hear any of the conversation occurring between the three officers with Mr. Floyd? Yes or no?
No.
It's fair to say that as you were there, you grew angrier.
Correct. That's what you perceive.
Pardon?
I said, is that what you took from the video? Correct.
Right. As you were there and interacting with Officer Tao and Officer Chauvin, you grew more and more upset. Would you agree with that?
Correct.
You grew angry, right?
I grew control and professionalism.
Okay. Again, you made a statement to Agents Garvey and Eckert and in that statement you said,
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this form of cross-examination.
Overruled.
Which one, Your Honor?
Overruled.
Proceed.
in that statement you said, like, I really wanted to beat the shit out of the police officers. You said that.
Yeah, I did. That's what I felt.
You were angry.
No, you can't paint me out as angry. I was in a position where I had to be controlled, of control professionalism. I wasn't angry because I stayed
You
on the
object
curb.
as non-responsive.
Well, I'm objecting.
Overruled. Overruled.
Answer will stand.
Next question.
Thank you. You started calling them names. Yes?
You heard that? Yeah, you heard
Right?
the video.
You call him a tough guy, right?
You watched the video.
You call him a real man, right?
You watched the video.
Okay.
You do have to answer the question yes or no based on what he's asking.
I'm going to ask you that again, so your answers should be yes or no, okay?
Yes,
You called him a tough guy.
I did.
You called him a real man.
I did.
You called him such a man.
I did.
You called him bogus.
I did.
You called him a bum at least 13 times.
That's what you counted in the video?
That's what I counted.
And that's what you got, 13.
And that was early on, right? Those terms grew more and more angry. Would you agree with that?
They grew more and more pleading for life.
All right. After you called him a bum 13 times, you called him a fucking bum.
That's what you heard?
Did you say that?
Is that what you heard?
I'm asking you, sir.
I'm pretty
Did
sure
you
I
say
did.
that?
You heard that. I'm pretty sure you did.
You call him a fucking pussy-ass bitch.
If that's what you heard, I'm sure that's
I'm
what I did.
asking you, did you say that?
If that's what the video recalled, that's what I did.
You called him a bitch.
If that's the video you heard from the video,
It's
that's
a
what I
yes or
did.
no, sir.
If that's what was heard in the video, yes, I did.
And at one point, you said that Officer Tao pushed you.
That's correct. He didn't. He put his hand in my chest, is what I said.
And you observed Officer Tao push someone else, right? Or feel like he pushed someone else.
I didn't let him touch anyone else.
Do you recall saying, I dare you to touch me like that. I swear I'll slap the fuck out of both of you.
Yeah, I did. I meant it.
So again, sir, it's fair to say that you grew angrier and angrier.
No, I grew professional and professional, and I stayed in my body. You can't paint me out to be angry.
You were not standing, you were walking around, right?
Correct. Control.
And at times, you would go forward towards where Officer Chauvin was, right?
Correct.
And at times, you'd walk to the side, correct?
Well, I didn't really get too close to Officer Chauvin, actually. Tao did not allow me to get all close to Officer Chauvin.
You
So,
attempted to walk closer
I stepped off the curb and I stepped back on the curb.
because Officer Tao didn't permit you to go forward.
He said, step back on the curb.
Your voice, right? You weren't just saying you're a bum. Would you agree with that?
You said I wasn't just saying.
Right.
He was
The
a bum.
tone of your voice.
Tone of my voice was loud so people could hear me,
And it grew louder and louder.
so I could be heard.
And after Mr. Floyd was taken by the ambulance, you continued to interact with Officer Tao as well as other people on the scene, correct?
It's correct. After they retreated, I know they had to retreat. I said what I said. I know they can say more to me.
And you continued to yell these types of things after Mr. Floyd was gone, right?
Me and Mr. Tao had words back and forth. Correct.
And I think you said something about hoping he would shoot himself.
No, I didn't say I hope he's going to shoot himself. I said within the next 2 years, you will shoot yourself in your head for what you did. I didn't say hope. I don't hope death on anyone. The Bible doesn't allow that.
So again, you continued to engage with these officers, right?
Tao,
And your voice was loud, right?
yeah, he tried to intimidate me. So
The officers, most of the officers were on the other side of 38th Street.
me and Tao was standing in front of each other.
At one point, Officer Tao goes across the street as well, right?
They both had to retreat. Correct.
And you continued to yell these same types of things.
Probably would. Correct. Yeah. Wasn't being heard.
And it was over and over and over and over again, right?
Because I wasn't being heard.
It's a yes or no question, sir. Was it over and over and over again?
Yes, because I wasn't being heard.
Thank you, sir. I have no further questions.